I would rather be in the woods than having to pay rent every single month for the rest of my life and not actually get to live. I would rather be out here in nature where it's free, where I can do what I want. God, he put us into this world. We didn't ask to be here. So if we didn't ask to be here, why should we have to pay? Explain it to me so I can better understand it. But I've been stuck in this matrix for too long. As soon as I was able to work, I've been working. I don't think any job can get me rich. I don't even want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable.
Hi, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to be checking out videos about people who decide to be homeless in order to not pay rent because they're tired of paying rent and they have their reasons. And the reasons are, mainly because they feel like the rent is just way too much and they're just tired of like constantly being worried about it. You know how every month, regardless of what you go through, like once you just have that rent waiting on you to pay, you're just going to be like, you're gonna have to find a way, or eventually you're risking getting evicted. So they just kind of got tired of it. Gonna be checking out their reasons as to why they decided to just be homeless on their own. We know there are a lot of people who are homeless not by choice. They are just homeless. It wasn't a decision that they made for themselves. It's just something that happened due to circumstances or how things happen in life. You never know, like sometimes you could lose your job, you could do this, a lot of things can happen. But before we get right into this video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Let's get right into it.
Man, the reason why I got started in the first place was because I listened to Steve Harvey. I listened to Steve when he had the speech that he was at Family Feud, and he was talking about jumping. We was talking about jumping and taking the risk and seeing if you can fly, right? I had made up in my mind at a point in time that I was just fed up with life. I was fed up with making other people rich while I was struggling. I got tired of being treated like a number. I was going to jobs that I was just absolutely miserable. It would bring out the worst in me, my anger, my lack of patience for people, all this type of stuff that I just didn't know that was really even in me. And when I got fired from a job that I poured so much into, I mean, every single day I felt like I was just making some type of sacrifice, and then COVID came, and then it was just feeling like the lack of, man, if I was gone tomorrow, this job would just look for somebody else. And I got tired of feeling like that. So when I jumped a few times. Matter of fact, I jumped when I first packed my car up, traveled 15 hours to Dallas, Texas from Indianapolis, Indiana. And in hopes of just not really even knowing what was here for me. But that came over a period of time, and I've been here 3 years now. And then I jumped again when I got fired from a job that I thought that they were going to step up and like kind of do something differently, but they didn't. And I just been going ever since. I said that it was finally time for me to commit myself to something, because I felt like I gave up on everything that it is I ever put my hands to. And I didn't want that feeling anymore. So I had finally made up in my mind that come hell or high water, number one, I was going to follow God and figure out what my purpose and my plan is and what my passion was, and then continue to move forward with that every single day of my life. And so here I am now, 2 years into my journey, and I just continue to keep going. And then I wanted to use my story as just me being as vulnerable as I can to tell people what was real, and to be able to inspire, motivate, and teach others based upon my own experience of what it means to continue to keep going. I mean, I've lost family members. I've probably lost maybe 3 so far in a 3-year span. Lost friends, all types of stuff, lost things. But you know what? I ain't turned my back on God. It ain't always been easy, but I kept pressing and I kept going. And I say that to tell you this: you got to keep going. Live your dream, man.
Now, why would people choose to build an encampment? And usually folks fall into 2 categories. And both categories usually come from a place of passion, one negative, one positive, but they both fundamentally misunderstand homelessness. So let's talk about it. The first side is, They're choosing an encampment because they're unaware of the resources available to them. And that is total bullshit. If you think that, you absolutely underestimate the folks who are experiencing homelessness in your area. They absolutely understand how the system works. So let's put it like this. If you became homeless right now, your first instinct wouldn't be, well, I'm going to go live in the woods now. I'm going to go buy a tent, or I better go, scrounge around for some materials to have cover from the wind and rain. No, you would think, all right, I got to figure out how to problem solve my way out of this. Maybe I can stay on someone's couch. How can I earn more money? Although you're going to problem solve your way out of it, because there's becoming homeless and there's remaining homeless. The overwhelming majority of folks who become homeless do not remain homeless. Those that do remain homeless usually are for two reasons: severe persistent mental illness and substance use disorder. Zero judgment on those issues. The reason I'm bringing it up is because we got to talk about the reality in order to get the resources, and that is the reality. Because of that, encampments are never the first stop on the journey. They're often the last stop. So these folks have been navigating the system for years, some decades. So that brings us to the other side. Well, then they must be choosing homelessness. They would rather be homeless. And that's only partly true, but it's mostly wrong. They're not choosing homelessness in the face of all available options. They're not choosing homelessness in a vacuum. They're choosing homelessness in the face of the current options available to them. When a system fails, people create their own. So the system that they've decided to create is an encampment to themselves or with a community. What this means is, given the right set of circumstances, they will not choose homelessness. In fact, 90% of folks who are living outside, 90%, would choose services so long as the end result led to permanent housing, as long as there was an option for permanent housing along that path. So if 9 out of 10 would choose it, what you're really saying is, my system isn't meeting the needs of the folks that are in here. So please keep that in mind when you see an encampment this year.
Y'all doing it really? Why did y'all choose to live like that? It gets tiring, bro, going to work every single day and giving your whole day to somebody else. You ain't got no time to do nothing you want to do. Tired of paying bills, bro.
And the Matrix sucks. Who wants to live in the Matrix? Pretend to be somebody. Pretend to be something that we not. Want to live off. Want to be inspired by these celebrities. They don't got shit for real to offer.
Exactly, the
Half
Matrix.
these niggas are spiritually dead. You don't want to realize that, because a lot of niggas realize till too late.
That's a fact. It's best to live off the grid, bro. Focus on yourself. It's hard to focus on yourself.
And you worried about bills.
Worrying about bills every day. How you gonna pay this? How you gonna pay that?
Worried about being seen. Having a nice car. Having every pair of shoes that come out.
That's a fact. Y'all listen to the goddess, man. Y'all listen to the goddess. She not lying. That stuff get old after a while. It get tiring. Get boring.
Too many females out here want to be.
If most women were like her, you already in a better place. Yep. You already know, man. Said, what about the winter? What about winter? There ain't gonna no such thing as winter. Don't get cold out here, bro. Still gonna be eating fruit. Still gonna be eating vegetables. Still gonna be outside in the sun. If it get too cold here, we just gonna go further down south. That's the beauty of van life. You can get up and leave whenever you want to. Just keep going down south. That's really all it come down to. That's the beauty of being able to pick up and leave whenever you want to without having to worry about paying on bills or breaking your lease.
So I have decided that I am no longer willing to participate in society. And I don't know what that means for me. All I know is that I'm exhausted, and it's more than just normal exhaustion. It's like I've been fighting, wanting to myself for like the past several months now, since, you know, me and my husband, like, our marriage basically ended, and it's been like 4 months since I've seen my child. I don't think I could do it anymore. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, any of it. I just can't. I can't be a part of a failing system anymore. And I've thought about this for several years now. I've been thinking of doing this since like 2020. And I think like I've been really like just too scared to, or like I thought that I needed my husband, but now I'm just like, I don't need him, and I can survive on my own. And, you know, as long as I basically have my phone, I mean, I have everything, you know. I thought about like exactly what tools I need, where I'm gonna go, how I'm gonna survive, you know, food, shelter, water, all of that. I've already taken that into consideration. And now I'm off. I'm leaving Arizona. I don't know when the next time I'll be back is. I'm not letting anyone know that I'm leaving, mainly because I don't think anyone would really care. So I guess that's why I'm talking about it on TikTok, to, I guess, try to find like-minded people, because hopefully I'm not the only one thinking this way. I've given up on community. I've given up on love. I no longer really desire anyone to be a part of my life. And I don't know when the next time I'll actually ever really see my friends or family again, and everyone that I know. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know. I feel really alone right now, and honestly, I probably would have killed myself a few months ago if I hadn't had my daughter. Like, she was pretty much the only thing keeping me alive. And now that I don't have her, it's like, what is there to really live for? You know, I don't have my husband. I feel like anyone that really truly loves me and truly gives a fuck about me. I mean, not that he ever really did, but I guess, you know, in my mind, I thought that he did at one point. I haven't really talked to anyone about this. I stopped seeing my therapist a few months ago, because he tried to put me back on medication, and I'm like, I don't want to go back on medication. I don't, because it makes me feel bad. It doesn't, I don't know, I feel like it makes me feel worse than when I'm just me. And, you know, people have told me, well, oh, you just haven't found the right medication yet. I've tried several medications. I honestly, now that I'm like really thinking about it, I don't think that any of these doctors knew what I had or what I have or whatever, even if I even have anything. You know, I've seen like 4 psychiatrists since I was like 16. So what, it's been like over a decade now trying to figure out what I have, and it's not working. They first said I was bipolar, then they said I had bipolar depression, then they said I had major depression, then they said I had schizoaffective disorder, and then finally they said I had OCD. I'm honestly convinced that I don't think it's any of these. You know, from the little bit of research that I've done, I do think that I have BPD, because just the things that these people with BPD, they talk about, like, I really resonate with what they say. And honestly, maybe even like a little bit of like autism or ADD, I don't know. All I know is like, I've tried Lexapro, I've tried so many medications, like I don't even remember their names right now, but it's just like, tried fucking, what was it, like Zofran or whatever, Seroquel, some other medication. I think it started with an R. And yeah, it just, like, none of these medications really worked for me. It just made me feel like I just wanted to sleep all day, because I just didn't feel like me. I just wanted to sleep all day. And yeah, I thought about calling a crisis hotline, but I don't think that it would really help at this point. It's not that I want to kill myself. I mean, I definitely do want to, but it's that I can't. Like, it's that I can't kill myself, even if I wanted to, because I'm, like, stuck here. I feel stuck. I feel like Earth is my prison. That's how it feels to me right now. I think, like, for a long time, I really desired friends, and I desired a partner and all this, and now I'm just like, I don't think I really desire those things anymore. Like, I don't think I really want a friend anymore. I don't think I want a husband or a baby anymore. I think I'm just ready to be alone. And I keep seeing the number 555, and I'm like, yeah, I can feel the shift. I can feel the change. I do have enough resources to get by, so I will not be begging for money or anything like that. I don't need money. I don't know. I just treat TikTok life like my safe space, I guess. I'm just ready. I'm ready to move on to my next life. And I've been telling God this. That I feel, I don't know. I'm just ready. I'm just ready to go to a new planet. Like, I'm ready to experience a new body. I'm ready to experience a new family. And just a new planet. Like I said, like, I've never felt like I belonged here. I never did. And I thought that feeling was going to go away. Like, oh, after high school, I'm going to start fitting in. After middle school, I'm going to start fitting in. After elementary school. And it's just like I never fit in. I never did. I've been feeling really alone at school and at home. And, yeah, I just don't think that anyone will even notice when I'm gone, to be honest. And I hope that they don't. Honestly, I hope that I just disappear like a fart in the wind. I really do. Like, I don't want to be found. I'm not missing. I'm not homeless. I'm living out in the wild. And I'm following my dreams and I'm following my heart. And yeah, some people think that's really fucking insane. And I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking insane. I just don't want to be a part of this society. It's not that I'm lazy. I love working. It's that, I don't know, I just can't stand people. Maybe my anger has gotten to an all-time high. I just can't do it anymore. You know, I thought I wanted to be a surgeon, but I'm like, these people don't deserve my help. They don't deserve to be healed. God, I just don't know why I'm here. I'm just starting to realize, like, all that energy that I was putting into school and trying to become a healer, I could have been healing my own fucking wounds. I could have been confronting my own fucking traumas, but I didn't.
If I had to do this all over again, I was still going to choose to be homeless. I got the freedom to be anywhere I want, when I want. I live for free. I still got all the necessities of life. A shower, a toilet, food, a stove, fridge. I can spend my money on whatever I want. Wake up with the freedom of knowing that my money is going to what I want it to, not what it has to be going to. A lot of people don't realize that they stress in life because they make things more complicated than they are. When you learn to look at things for what they are instead of what you want them to be, you learn how to navigate. I picked my main things that made me happy. and what I needed, and that's where I'm at. Happiness.
So this is the 6th day that I have been without a place to live, kind of. A few days ago, I got accepted to the Catholic Charities Renewing Hope program, which everybody's been real nice, and it's actually been beneficial. You get a place to stay for like 60 days, 90 days, while you look for employment and kind of put your life back together. Like, I never really thought I would have to do all this, but everything is so expensive, and I spent all my money during COVID that I kind of ran out of options, and there was no way that I could really save money paying rent and paying for everything myself. So I decided to not pay rent and basically, you know, be homeless for kind of the next few months so I could get my life back together and save up money and move on. I'll probably be able to save, you know, all the money that I make without having, you know, rent and food and like utility expenditures or cell phone bills and stuff like that. So honestly, like, it's kind of real sad that in today's America, that like the only way to get ahead is to be homeless. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm not going to spend, you know, a year, 2 years paying rent and paying all my bills and working just to save $2,000, $3,000. I'd rather save, you know, 10 grand in, you know, a couple months, not having a place to live, and then just pick my life up from there and go about it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and it is what it is.
I make almost twice the federal minimum wage, and I am still thousands of dollars below the poverty line. I am homeless. I live in my car. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I can hardly afford to live in my car. Food is expensive, and it's tough times, you know? I work 40 hours a week. I am not in an entry-level position. I am in a skilled position. I make twice the federal minimum wage, and I am poor. And if that isn't the most late-stage capitalism thing, if you want to buy me a meal, my Venmo's in my bio. I just got denied an apartment rental application because my rent-to-income ratio was too low. But how does that make sense when every job in this town pays around what I make, and every apartment is around as expensive as that one? Like, what's a guy supposed to do? Am I fucked? Am I actually soft locked? I can't make more money. There are no cheaper apartments. That is the ratio. The ratio is set. If that's a deal breaker, I'm gonna be living in my car indefinitely. Like, so that's been my day.
You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to click the like button, as it helps with the algorithm, and I definitely appreciate that a lot. And subscribe to the channel. If you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time, make sure you hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.